What's going on, guys? It's Jared Genesis here. So I said I was going to do a martial arts video, and it took me about a week, but we're finally going to do it. So let me blast the sound settings because I'm going to have to scoot back here. Alright, so we'll go to like 100. Alright. Hopefully this will be okay, but whatever if it's not. So jabs. I want to talk about jabs today, kids. I personally like to call them a front punch because think about it, like you don't call a front kick a jab, although in Muay Thai they do call it a teep, which I guess is kind of a jab. They actually use it a lot to control distance. I spoke on this with the Jesse in camp video. He got his fucking ass handed to him by that Muay Thai guy, which was hilarious. I can't stand that guy, so it was really great seeing his ass kicked. You know what I'm saying? These fucking elitists. Not because he's karate. I love fucking traditional, martial arts, but you gotta understand, guys. There's a lot of people on here who like to, talk the talk, but don't walk the walk. The guy looking at him, you can tell he's just not very tough. I'm sorry, I just had to throw that in there. So, let's talk about the front punch, as I like to call it. So, in order to throw a really powerful front punch, you basically want to have, you want to turn your hips to where you're sideways like this. So, it's basically, you're set up here and you throw it. You're going to look a lot like that. Alright, you really want to give it everything you got, bro. And it is possible to knock people out with a front punch. You just have to know what you're doing. I actually know a sensei who actually got kicked out of an MMA class because he did that, and it really threw the other guy off. Because, listen, no disrespect to MMA, but there's a lot of idiots within that community, who don't understand a lot of shit. Which, I mean, in all honesty, it's like that everywhere, but they have a very limited mindset when it comes to like powerful moves, because they don't believe in, having a wide stance or anything like that. They keep everything very tight. But the thing is, even if you do keep it tight, you can still exert a lot of power. Like, for example, with Muay Thai kicking. They keep their legs in, standing stance, or walking stance, I mean to say. They can still throw it pretty powerful. But with that said, the most powerful kick, the most powerful anything comes from horse stance. It is where you get most of your power from. The only thing is, you cannot fight in horse stance because you will get dominated. It's nearly impossible to work the grid and move around in a horse stance with your legs spread. That's what she said. So it's really something you just kind of have to step into and step out of. And I think most, martial artists worth their salt would tell you that too. It does look very cool though, I will say that. If you guys saw the video of the guy, who beat up that gangbanger, he was in some kind of kung fu stance or something. It was because of his wide stance that gave him the power where he knocked him out with one hit. I don't know if that was a real video, but I just have to say, it did look pretty real. And I think I did hear a pretty loud smack when he hit him, but just keep that in mind, guys. There's a time and place for everything. And if you want my honest opinion, when it comes to jabs, I think they're mostly just used to kind of control the distance. I've studied this from other MMA guys. You can exert it with power, but excuse me, you just have to be careful though, because the thing about the front punch, as I call it, is this. Pardon me. You can't do too much of the same thing. Otherwise, you will get countered. If it's someone who's even fairly good, you will get countered. They will be able to read you. I think what I'm trying to say is I see a lot of people in MMA who they're constantly throwing that front jab, Oh man, I know some people, dude, who would put them on their ass, bro, with a wrist lock. You know what I mean? You can easily take someone down if you can grab their arm. And a lot of them, they don't even take it back that fast. You know, they're kind of sloppy with it. You can definitely take someone, you can control their body easily if you can get their arm, dude. Because their arm, what is your arm? It's just a part of your body, you know? If you can grab part of that handle, that, you know, appendage, that's what she said, you can pretty much do whatever you want with them if you know what you're doing. So I think a lot of people need to be aware of that. Like, if you're fighting someone, especially like karate, kung fu, they will take advantage of that. If you give them your arm that many times, and if you're sloppy with it, they will definitely take you down, bro. I can guarantee you that. You know, but of course I'm gonna have a lot of chumps on here. A lot of motherfuckers who can't even debate this with me, who just go to personal attacks, because that's when you know you've won, is when they do the personal attacks. And they automatically, you know, believe that everything traditional arts is bullshit. And those are the people who end up getting their asses kicked, the closed-minded ones. You know what I mean? But let me just say, it does go both ways. There are traditional people who don't practice MMA, and those people are also setting themselves up for disaster. For example, listen, man, I love Steven Seagal. I'm not a Steven Seagal hater, but this guy's an idiot, and the reason is because he, excuse me, all right, I got like some chicken stuck in my throat. What she said, okay? I'll say it for you guys. He doesn't believe in the ground game. He doesn't think you need to know the ground game to win a fight, and he doesn't think it's effective. That is a perfect way to get your ass kicked. You know what I mean? I love Kung Fu, I love Aikido, you know, the style that he does, but that is a very, very closed-minded belief that will get you in trouble with certain people. You know, there's motherfuckers out there who could sneak up on you. I've seen it, bro. I like to call them spiders, you know, these like BJJ guys who are just really quick, dude. And they can just, you know what I'm saying, like completely close the gap on your ass, you know, without even a blink. And there are ways to take someone down too without, you know, even a smaller guy. Like if you're going up against a, you know, Steven Seagal, a heavy guy like myself too, there are ways to take people down, you know. Trying to think of one I saw from this video I used to watch a long time ago, fucking Dirty Street Fighting with Adam Pitbull Hutchins. That was what got me started on all this shit. I wish I could remember what it was called, man, but it was like a single leg takedown, I think, where you just really gotta get in there quick, and you can like raise their leg as you use leverage. And, you know, you could take down someone any weight that way. Like, there are ways to get people on the ground. I mean, a good kick in the nuts is a great way to get a person on the ground. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, it's incredibly ignorant thinking with people like Steven Seagal who say that shit. That is why it's vitally important to be open-minded with traditional and new martial arts. Unfortunately, most people just aren't that way. And that's a big reason why you could be very, very successful in competitions. Because of that very reason, that would put you on the top. If you were to study both traditional and modern fighting, you would be pretty much unstoppable because of the amount of closed-minded douchebags. I can guarantee you, bro, that is the best way to get on top. And I'm not trying to brag, but I'm just saying, dude, like, if I would have stuck to my martial arts, you know what I mean, and started competing, I know I would have won for that very reason, dude. It's astounding to me how many closed-minded little shit cunts there are. Pardon my French. But, you know, it's just really fucking sad. Like, it truly is. I think pride has something to do with it. I don't know. And just following the herd, you know, people, they just follow what other people believe because people are mostly just sheeps. So you just have to learn to think for yourself, guys. But anyways, there's my video today. I hope you enjoyed the front punch. There's many different jabs that you can do. I've actually found out there's like 10 different jabs, but I covered 2 of them. But yeah, it's a great way to just keep the distance, but also you can knock someone out if you know how to do it correctly. So I hope this video helps. Thanks for watching, guys. Peace.